What is up, everyone? This will be my Vi jungle video, and I'm going to go over everything you need to know on how to play a Vi jungle. So Vi jungle recently got buffed thanks to Arcane Season 2. Her buffs were her passive shield being much higher, and that dramatically helped her. She's in a really good spot right now, a very strong engaged jungler. So if you like that, she's definitely for you. Builds, personally for me, Triforce is the best item. I see a lot of people go Thunder Sky on her. It's really not worth it. Triforce by far your first item. Second, it's more flexible. You can go Cleaver or Thunder Sky. I personally like Cleaver, so I usually go a build where I go Triforce, Cleaver, DD, Thunder Sky, Sterix, that kind of build. So for clears, you always want to start, W level 1. You can start red buff or blue buff solo with W. Or you can start E level 1 and solo Raptors. Generally, I advise your first time on blue side, start top side and just pad bot side. It's a very simple, straightforward clear. And it's very easy for you to clear on Vi. Your W just helps you proc. Her early game's really weak, so you don't want to be doing anything crazy on Vi. I advise you to play very conservative. That's why we're going to be going for a very simple clear. So here, your E is an auto attack reset, also procs your Dentine Blow. So what I like to do is wait for my second passive proc and then use my E. What happens is every time your W procs, your passive cooldown goes down by 3 seconds, which is really good for clear. If you wait a bit on your E there, you can see I got the passive shield, which just reduces damage a bit. So here you want to kind of pull your wolves a bit backwards to hit your E proc. A lot of times on some jungle camps, you want to line up the camp so you can better aim the E. And you see, even though my E is up, I'm waiting for this shield to come up and then use it, because all you have to do is wait a few seconds, and it really doesn't slow your clear because your E is a charge system, right? A charge system is, as long as you're not sitting on 2, you're not really wasting any of the cooldown on this ability. So for Raptors, instead of queuing on it, I advise you just to do this, auto the Raptor once, line up to perfectly get all the Raptors lined up like that. And if you wait for your second E here, you can actually kill them all in one rotation. Very easy for you to improve your clear there. Here I'm thinking, do I want to go on the Silas? It's obviously looking real juicy, but I really don't think we have the damage yet. I want to play with my red buff, so what I'm going to do is just keep clearing for my red buff. Here I'm going to E, smite, get the red buff, and here you can line up a bit. You see, if you go for the Krugs with your Q on this angle or this angle, you can actually stack them both up very nicely there. A very easy kill. So also I didn't go over Runes, Conqueror, Inspiration. It's just the best page. Unless you're trying to Halo Blaze one-shot lethality build, I recommend just doing the rune page I told you right there. Kha'Zix is a hard matchup if I get pulled. If I walk into him in the jungle, the enemy bot has priority. I don't have my bot lane here, so I have to kind of conservatively walk into this crab. Doesn't mean you can't do crab, you just have to be patient. So if Kha'Zix doesn't show right now, we can make the deduction that he's 100% on this crab, because he hasn't shown for a gank. He didn't show on the bot crab, so you can just evaluate that he is on that crab. And when you have opportunities like this, what you do is you ward here to see the Gromp respawn. This ward is very powerful. It's a very strong ward. And also here, because I have a bit of free time, we like to do is make a sort of play setup. So what we want to do is actually go for the Jhin here. So my goal is to go for the Jhin. So what I want to do is make sure we can go for the Jhin here, because the Jhin flashed earlier. So we're able to kind of just make that kill happen. I could go on Vel'Koz, right? But the Vel'Koz isn't going to give me what I want, right? So we don't do that. I want to kill. I'm bloodthirsty. And here with the Triforce buy, you can go straight into Phage, or you can go into Sheen. Personally, Phage is just a better early buy. Phage is relatively strong as an early buy. Gives you attack damage, health, and movement speed. Sheen buy is good. This buy, personally, I don't like the axe. I really just Phage and Sheen are like your two goats. And the Phage movement speed is actually really nice as well. So here I'm going to charge up my Q as I'm approaching my camp. And the mechanics on buy is, there you saw me flash Q, and a big reason why I flash Q instead of Q flash there, or because I want to make sure I hit the Jhin, right? So if anyone who's you come in contact with will be hit, and it'll take your Q. So you have to really think about your body on buy. It's really about connecting the body, and that's the thing with the Q flash mechanic that I'll probably show you later on. You have to make sure your body touches and clips the certain champion, and it's really important to remember that. So here we did a full clear. Void grubs are 30. Vi is a really good dragon solo player. She's also decent at void grubs, but personally I prefer to do, you know, whatever my team has priority around. This game, we know Kha'Zix is going to be pathing topside. He's going to be playing for Void Dwarves. I already pathed bot side. I should be playing for possibly a dragon. So what I think is I could go for a dragon play here, but this he's actually showing here, which is very interesting. I might set up a play with Pike if he rotates down. So here, I think maybe we can set up a play here. So what I want to do is actually just chunk him. Actually, I might wait a bit because he's starting dragon, which is hilarious. So now that he jumped, his abilities are actually down. So this is going to be a long chase. But we can actually go on everyone here. So what we're going to do is first step, we're just going to charge our Q and go on the Vel'Koz. I don't think I'm going to kill the Vel'Koz, but I'm going to go on Jhin right after. The big thing is I'm going to have my Q up in a second here. And we're just going to get a kill. I mean, Kha'Zix, there are situations where even though the jungler like Kha'Zix should be pathing up, did Volibear just solo all 3 Void Grabs? I mean, Volibear top is a disgusting champion. But even though, you know, champs like Kha'Zix pathing should have took him topside, they can cut early like that. So if you wait a bit, you should just know if he's committed to the bot play or is he going for the top play. But also, if I queued in on Dragon, it's actually quite safe for Vi to just queue out right after once it's back up. Once you have 3 points in your queue, cooldown isn't as long as, you know, as it seems. So here I think Kha'Zix might be coming. I'm already done and I actually might get 6. I think I should be able to kill him here. Damn, that unlucky part though. It might be a flash out kind of gang there, yeah. Sheen, I really like Sheen, so once I get the Sheen, I'm happy. That was actually close. But what I did is smite as my spell was about to hit my auto attack. So you just combo your smite with abilities or, you know, basic attacks. It's actually very easy to secure objectives over other people. That gave me 6, really nicely done by me. Unfortunately, I was just CC'd by Jhin. I should have maybe ultied earlier. So here I'm going to play for farm. Vi, honestly, when you play her, just really, you literally can just do nothing and just farm till your ulti's up and then go for a play. And that's fine. I wonder if I can one-shot him. If I don't one-shot him in my queue, I don't think he dies. I really don't think I one-shot him, so... Just gonna keep my combo. Hey, like I said, Vi, you could just literally... Okay, your ulti's... Here's a really good rule. If your ulti's down, just farm. It's simple as that. I think a lot of people struggle about knowing when. Should I go for a play? Should I just farm? R is down, just farm. Your plays aren't that good unless it's like a 1 HP target, right? But like for you guys, it's just not that. Also, you see here, I'm not really caring about my passive being reduced with W. At this point, you just don't really have to do that. Also, at this point, I'm not going to wait to auto attack anymore. I'm just going to queue over because I'm strong enough where like I don't need that extra lineup to really kill this scam. Because by the time I queue, I'm going to have another queue pretty much ready to go, right? So that's more of a first clear thing or second clear thing. And after that, you just kind of adjust how you clear camps. So here, because my Q cooldown is really short now, it's literally like 5 seconds. You just keep you know, change how you farm a bit. What I show you a lot of times is for the first and second clear, because those are the ones you're going to find yourself in these situations where it's a lot more, you need to be a lot more precise with them. So here I see Kha'Zix here. I actually need to help my team here. I'm gonna go bot side. They're actually overextending. And Jhin should be the next target. So what I want to do is just auto him because he has no flash. And that's all I want to do, right? My R's, usually I can R in them if I can't reach them. But also I can just... Oh, I was isolated. I need to move a bit more. I let the isolated Q hit me, or else I think we could have killed. But I have my Triforce space, so that's fine there. The Pike mid isn't going to do anything there, unfortunately. We need to make sure... I mean, that situation I should have kited back more so I don't get isolated Q. Kazakh's isolation Q is very annoying. I personally think we can fight here because I'm super strong, right? But without my main damage person, might be hard. Wilbur's ultied. I have to heal up again. I can heal up quite fast on this camp here. Now he has ulti. Just taking it slow. Volibear is very strong. But I think we can fight personally. My R is coming up too. Pike needs to come though. He's a bit of a... Oh, thank God I hit that. My first Q missing. Sad. Oh, I was actually almost able to Q out there. We didn't get a single grubby. That's sad. I needed to hit Q there, but I needed Pike to be down a bit earlier. Be down for the count. But Dragon's coming up. The game is okay. Honestly, overall, it's really not that bad because we're winning bot side hard. Volibear is a really strong Void Grub fighting champion, especially if Big Boy Gragas is feeding him. Giving him a little Thanksgiving dinner up there. Riftmaker buy. I really have to play around my damage. You are squishy until you build into more tanky items. No matter what you're building, you're going to find yourself being very delicate. Oops, I was holding my Q a bit earlier there. But what I want to do is actually just group up fast because I need to make sure. I think Silas or Kha'Zix is going to be here. So I just want to kind of back them up here. Please, Pike. Please hit something, Pike. Your job, man. Oh my god. Oh, please kill him. He's the most important person to kill. There, I mean, I wanted to play with my team. Honestly, overall, not bad, but we have to play around Dragon here, so... Silas, no flash, no dash. My man cannot hit the Q, though. I have to farm up now. That was a bad play in general because I didn't get the Silas kill. My team, obviously, okay with the situation, but... You fall behind every time something like that happens. You have to, like, not fall behind. Sounds so simple, but it is. It really is. Kha'Zix might do Dragon, so I'm just gonna ward him. Should have hit him more this way. That was my mistake there. We're a very, very delicate team. I want to stand here just to see if Kha'Zix comes in. But he was starting Dragon. I am very damage oriented, very strong, but Silas could rotate. But I honestly think more likely that someone else rotates here. I think Silas might rotate up there, which actually is good for us. I don't really want that. Wanted more than just a flash, unfortunately. We're very committed to this location, unfortunately, so we need to make some plays happen. They have a lot of vision, though, so it's very difficult. Don't really have much plays going on. And besides potentially diving bot, which would be nice with their sums down, but our champs aren't the best for that. I have no farm top side, so it's a very delicate situation we have to play around. There's no ward here, but there's definitely wards elsewhere. He has no flash though. This actually could be good. Yeah, this should be fine here. Wave is still up, so we can get a tower here. I mean, your game plan is to win hard on the side you're winning, right? You just have to go for that kind of stuff. You're getting really bad pressure from your solo laners. You have to hard commit in bot lane situations like this. You want to win. You just have to. And then when your bot lane is ready to group up, you can group up. Boots wise, I usually just go into whatever boots looks good. Armor boots or merc treads are usually go to. Here your Q cooldown is really short, so you can actually use it to maneuver a lot. I really just have to be able to get to level 11. Bai isn't like a heavy farm champ. I mean, I would love to farm a lot, but you can't force yourself to farm a lot. I guess my man, yeah, the way it should have been. Problem is, Bully's like moving behind me now. Oh, Bully Bear kill would be huge here. Yes. Very, very big. Oh, very big, very juicy. Very nice, very nice. Do I Q flat? Oh my god. Pike mayhem. Pike mayhem. Pike mayhem. I don't think I can kill him. Maybe if Pike shows up. Oh, another one for the Pike. Listen, you don't have to be good at Pike mid. You just have to show up when you need to show up. And that he did indeed. And very easily chased there. Thing is, a lot of times just because you have engaged, you have to know when you can engage. It's really about knowing where your team is. So if you struggle a lot with engaging, I would say a big problem is probably because you're not aware of your teammates' positions, right? So a lot of times you see what I'm doing is looking at who's around me. If you're engaging just because it looks good, but there's no damage behind you, you're going to make it a bad engage. So very simple, look around yourself. If you're really good at this game because these champions are going to have a lot of armor. I would say, honestly, I just love Cleaver's second. I usually go at every game. Here you could make a case for armor boots, but honestly, it's really up to you to decide which boots you like. They're pretty AP heavy, so I'm not going to go ED. Thunder Sky is actually quite nice here, so I might go into that. Sometimes I go Thunder Sky third too. I think it's nice. Just gives you, it's good into like maybe more AP comps if you find yourself where Death Stance isn't good. I like to go like Thunder Sky. Sterix is okay, but I don't like Sterix, honestly. I feel like it commits me too hard to like what I'm not really interested in. I do think I think I can kill him here. I messed up by charging my Q when he had his E up. But your damage is really high. I mean, a lot of damage is through auto attack, reset, proccing W. And I didn't really touch on it, but you always max Q first. And then, in my opinion, I think W max second is just so much better. So I recommend just W max second every time. Even if E second max just seems like it's really garbage. I find so much, my game feels so much better whenever I go W max second. So E just really doesn't do that much damage anymore. Here we're doing Dragon. I generally didn't have to go, but I think Pike is very close to dying. Doing some shenanigans that he really shouldn't have. Your red is up. I'm going to do my red here, and I'm pretty happy with the game state. Obviously, I'm not like 1v9 KDA, but trust me, with the early game we had, you should be thankful to have, you know, just an even KDA, you know. And this KDA will pop off because of how much we'd be able to stabilize the game. And I have a lot of gold. Like, we got a lot of money. The big thing is just to look at item completions, right? Just completing items are huge, especially Vi. Vi is a scaling jungle. I'm going to be very strong into these fights going into mid game. Just a very hard champion to deal with. Here, if I go show on bot wave, I think maybe they can Baron. But I also think they're not really in a position to Baron, so I'm just going to start pushing bot wave. Problem is I'm too far away from whatever fight can happen there. So it's like if I move, it's already kind of like a dead play. But if I push bot wave, maybe I can get like an outer tower. Or maybe I can make someone show here. I also don't think we can do Baron, and I'm very far away. Play would be better if I had Void Grubs. There's no one here yet, so I'm just going to auto. With Triforce, Vi is actually quite good at split pushing. You can always wait for your Sheen procs to proc it. Hero's able to get the TP. We're not going to finish it in front of them, so what we're going to do is just leave. As much as I want to kill this Volibear, I'm really not sure about who's behind him. Stupid champion too. Closest under sky, so I'm going to wait for this wave to come in. I'm just queuing to see if anyone's following him. There's people here or anything like that. Fighting him here is actually really good. Because he uses abilities already. Didn't need Big Boy Gragas here, but his build is squishy. You gotta be... The Roa build, honestly, is much more scary. AP Volibear is very easy to burst down. But like I said, W max, it does 13% of max health. You're going to have an easy time dealing with very tanky people. You are a tank shredder. It's usually mages or burst people or like more bruisers that can give you a hard time. If you get CC'd a lot in fights, you're not really going to be autoing, you're not going to be proccing your passive, you're going to have a lot of hard time. But this build, at this point, I'm like pretty much god. And yeah, this is usually my go-to build. No matter what, you can do these 3 items together, and I would say it's never wrong. So I would definitely recommend going into this 3 combo. I think it's really OP on Vi. And boots upgrade, like I said, I honestly don't really need boots. I upgrade it when I feel like it's good. Like if it's not a really good armor boots game, and if I really don't need Merkrez yet, and I really don't buy them. You can see I've been actively consuming my jungle, right? Like before, the reason why I was able to farm was our mid lane is getting destroyed, our top laner is getting destroyed. So what do we do to even play the map in this situation? And the big question was, if I enter top side, I would die. So what we do is capitalize. We just overload bot and we just send all our, use all our pressure on bot lane. Try to steal his camp spot side, because if he's top side, he's not going to be able to kind of, do anything about that. Here I think he walks this way, but he's walking this way, so we're just going in. Now, last time it was, I would say, close. I wouldn't say it's close this time. Oh. Tried to flash over, but my Q ran out. Ignore it. Nothing happened. Continue. 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 They do have an okay amount of CC, so in the end, I'm going to go Merkrez out later on. At this point, usually my build is like, do we need Sterix? Are we going to go, MR game? We might need MR, more likely than... But I don't really want to build MR, so you can always go Sterix too. Or if you don't want to go Sterix, you just go into a Maul build here. Maul wouldn't be that bad here. DD just doesn't look good, right? So I might build it. I might go GA this game too. There's not that much armor. I messed up my mechanic there. You can Q flash as well, but I was gonna get tagged by the Silasy, unfortunately. Clear out vision. You want to engage, but you don't want to engage when your team is not around. So always try to set up like deeper vision, deeper grabs, deeper positions to get them. And with the Q cooldown being really short, you're not going to have much of a time issue going on to people. And I would love to fight mid here, and it looks like it's going to be a team fight. Silas is no flash. We always want to ping that. This is actually really good for us. I'm going to go on Vel'Koz right away because my team is close by. Okay, maybe that was a bit too early. But I thought my team was closer, but they weren't really looking to go in there. A bit of a blunder. A bit of a back-to-back blunder, but it should be fine. We have 3 dragons to whatever number they have. A single dragon. I was surprised they didn't go in there, but I honestly cannot rely on my team. I need to just play as if they won't go in sometimes. I thought it was Gragas looking here to go in with Moon. We could just one-shot Vel'Koz with the Gragas ulti. In those situations, I just slow down a lot. I don't have to go in. You end up too deep situation like that, it's really bad. Just have to slow it down. Go on whoever's close by a bit. Don't dive too deep against them. Kill side lanes like Volibear. It's very... I mean, I can just 1v9 Volibear. Vel'Koz kill here would be good. Jhin solo kill would be good here too. If Silas was there. You just go on Volibear. Very nicely done. Redemption play. You are easy to burst. You need to get these Thunder Sky procs going. They help a lot. Also, I'm definitely... I mean, they do a lot of magic damage, so I do need an MR item. If they have an even amount of like AD damage and MR damage, you can always itemize by going into Sterix. It just gives you a flat HP shield. So you can always kind of customize your build like that. Generally, the best items on her are DDEGA for armor, Sterix for HP, and Maw for MR. But if you can't build Maw because you built Sterix, you can go into the MR item that gives you the shield. I forgot what's the name. Okay, I'm getting very strong right now. I'm joining the team here too. I think we actually can just fight them here. They're very weak right now. They are basing. I was hoping you'd take that. It's okay. Damn, I actually thought we could kill. We were very split on our positions. Very split on our decisions there. I keep thinking someone's next to me, but they go the other direction too. So I just can't be doing that play. Damage, I still take a lot of isolation damage from Kha'Zix, so you have to watch out for that. But overall, I mean, need armor, you can go into Boo. Need armor, you can go into these sort of components. But Sterix is pretty solid here. I need to survive the burst. I get bursted, if anything. Dragon's coming up in 40. I definitely blundered the later parts of this game, over diving, overplaying on Silas, for example. But it's not really that bad yet. Game is still very easy in our positions. The damage is very good. My survivability is going higher and higher. With every play, we get stronger and stronger. But we just can't like do stupid things over and over again. You're allowed a certain amount of like mistakes, you know? Here I'm gonna just hit this to see they're grouped up. It's actually... Damn, I was one spell from killing him. We needed to kill Kha'Zix there. My team kind of got flanked in a bad position. I was hoping to lock down Kha'Zix. I just engaged to kind of save my team from that fight. But our target selection has not been good. We won't die for that, which is good. Maybe not though, Tower will die. Oh, no. Oh, they got him though. We do want the Baron. I mean, Vel'Koz. Dude, he has like no items, but his R just does so much damage. No Ashe. I'll leave the red buff up. I just want to be in a Baron position right now. Kha'Zix got a lot of kills that game. Or that fight. But he got really strong off that. So we have to watch out for his isolation damage. But if we just set up, it's hard. It's so simple, but it's so hard to get your team to like group up for certain things. So you have to play away. You know, you have to play very aware of like what's going on, like what objectives are good to group up. Now we actually have a Baron angle if Ashe comes, but just kind of AFK right now waiting for an item. We cannot do it without Ashe. Volibear's bot. So someone has to go bot. Maybe the guy with TP, but we don't have TP. Kha'Zix could be here. Honestly, killing Jhin would be good here. Alright, Pike's dead. We just have to kill Volibear here. So what we're gonna do is just kill the split pusher ASAP. It's actually quite good if we can kill him. I was able to get one, but we didn't have the backup. It sucks because they're able to come to us here before, like we're allowing them to come bot side before our bot lane rotates. I don't think it's over yet. I do have Sterix if we're able to live. But we lose one more fight, it's definitely over. We'll see how we play this one. I need my bot lane to like move with us. If I can't. Huh? That is acceptable. Probably end up going. I don't know. We need Baron, guys. If they group up with me on Baron, I think we just win a fight and get Baron here. Important thing about League is actually you should always deal with the split pusher ASAP. I'll actually let them get it. Dealing with the split pusher can always be beneficial. The problem is Kha'Zix is coming up here. So I have to think about my smite and how much damage it does. So my smite will do around 1400 if I time it with my E. I want to make sure he's not stealthing on that Sona, for example. We're able to get the Baron. That pretty much saves us for a bit. I need more MR, so I'm probably just gonna go for the MR item here. The one I was telling you about. Could go GA, but I need MR. This item. Kinetic Recurn. Dragon Soul's coming up in 20 seconds. We have Baron, which is walk in as a group. Honestly, with this build right now, I'm actually very strong. I want Kha'Zix to go on this Ashe. I want to go on Vel'Koz here. And we do have Baron, right? So we can always push through mid if we can. Volibear is going down mid, so what do we have to do? We have to deal with the Volibear. A lot of blunders, of course, but we're starting to stabilize a lot. We'll probably have to play for another fight. But our chase is very good. That's what I was talking about. You stat check a lot of these tankier champions very well. And in this game, on hindsight, I probably should have went Maw a bit earlier. I underestimated how much damage, magic damage they actually do. I think we dropped the ball a lot of times. But honestly, if you don't make mistakes, you never really learn on things. You should be more open-minded. A lot of that stuff. It's not like the game is over yet. I'll get this blue to help my team. But I think recovery-wise, I think we're in a very nice spot. And like I said, Vi, she is a very good scaling champion. You scale very hard. You want to be open with that. You want to be ready to kind of scale through the games. Ooh, I'm at base. Jin W? No. With how little armor I have, honestly surprised we were able to do there. But this item usually is the MR item. If you go Sterix, you end up buying this item for MR. And now we've redeemed ourselves. We're in a happy spot. We go down mid. Kha'Zix is dead as well. I don't really need much farm. If the last thing I would buy is like the HP pod, most likely. Either red one or HP pod. Here I'm gonna look for a Q flash on. Well, maybe not Q flash. And yeah. We'll flash Q here. We fumbled, but you know, if you don't make mistakes, you're never gonna grow. So just be open-minded about that. If you guys liked the video, be sure to like, subscribe if you haven't already. See you guys in the next one. Good luck on the Vi climb. And yeah, good luck on the game.